Hi, hon.
Hi.
I have a question for you.
Okay, ask away. Ask your questions.
There's a lot of drama and a lot of hurt feelings. I think there's a lot of pain around Mother's Day and Father's Day.
Okay.
So,
Okay, why? Why do you feel this?
well, I want to ask you,
Okay.
why, when you guys grow up as men and you get married, why is Mother's Day only about your mom? Why is it never framed towards your wife? Why do so many men have such a hard time applying Mother's Day towards their wives?
I don't know. First of all, I didn't know that was a thing. I don't know a lot of guys are suffering with this, or women are suffering with this dilemma. I think it boils down to when you're raised as a son, that's your mom. And so every year you are doing something for your mother on Mother's Day. And so that's the focus. Whenever you hear Mother's Day I know how, since you were born, you're thinking mother is Mother's Day. When Mother's Day comes around, I give her a card or a gift or flowers. So when you're married, I don't think no one teaches you or one tells you that, hey, there's two people you got to talk to now when it's Mother's Day. Your mom and your wife who bore your children. I just think it doesn't click naturally. You always are programmed and led to believe Mother's Day, that's my mother. My wife's not my mother. That's my mother.
Yes. Right. But it's pretty basic and simple, I think, in terms for our brains of like, you made me a mother. Like, you're my partner and you made me a mother, so who is to celebrate me on Mother's Day? If that's their brain and that's their programming, that it's only for their moms, then how is it supposed to be taught to the kids? Then it's the kids that are supposed to celebrate the mom, right?
Yeah.
So who's supposed to lead that when they're 2 and 3 years old?
Yeah, I think the first issue is when you say you made me a mother. That's probably like a whole nother thing
Well,
you gotta unwrap.
just so you know, I think this is for most women and me. Like on Father's Day, first in my mind is celebrating you when you've become a father. So like you are first in my mind.
Automatically. What happened
Like,
to your real father?
he's there, but you become one and he's two. Like he's my dad because I made you a father too, and it's like something to celebrate that when you got made father. How did it feel when I handed you that pregnancy test and it was a positive?
That was pretty amazing. One of the best days of my life.
So do you think that you shouldn't be celebrated on Father's Day?
I don't know. I'm grateful for it.
I'm just saying, like,
I didn't expect it. I guess.
just saying, I think that most women, it's like an automatic thing, and it's so easy for us, and that's like where it naturally goes. That I don't understand how the men are having such a hard time with this.
Yeah, I don't know. So going back to your question about who leads that charge, definitely. I think I do get excited that, hey, I'm telling my kids that, hey, it's Mother's Day tomorrow.
So it should be the partner. Even if he has the programming that Mother's Day is only for his mother, he needs to understand that it is his charge and responsibility to then lead the charge in teaching his kids how to celebrate their mother.
I think so, yeah. And if you care enough about your wife, you care enough about her being the mother of your children, then yes, you should be like, oh, Mother's Day is next month or next week out, and I got to make sure, hey, you guys, let's write some cards and get these guys into the habit. Like, you should recognize your mom.
So that when they're older, they then can do it on their own. But if they were never led a charge by the partner, then nothing's happening, even when they're older, right?
Yeah. No, I think it's on the husband to be able to lead that charge and kind of teach, this is what we do. This is how special Mother's Day is. And I think Mother's Day won't be special unless the dad is making it special. I think that's a key part of it. And kind of going back on why women are, why the wife is so automatic in recognizing their husband as a father and we aren't with the mother. I think it kind of goes back to the patriarchal kind of system we have here in the States or even across the world. Like the dad takes over, so you get married and then the husband is now the head of the household in most cases, as far as people's understanding of society, which is probably not the case anymore, but back in the days, I don't know how far you got to go back, but that's how it was always considered or understood as like, okay, the father is the head of the household. That's how I was raised. That's how you were raised. That's how our parents are raised.
That means the wife is just not celebrated?
No, but I think it's I don't know. It's probably super controversial.
Just say it. Just say it.
But I'm just trying to figure out the psyche right behind this,
Yeah.
of why men generally or husbands generally aren't recognizing their wife as the mother, the first person that you should associate Mother's Day with, and why wives are is probably because of that patriarchal system. Probably like, okay, he's the head of the household. He's the father for not only our children, but kind of this house. So I assume that's why a lot of times women are more apt and faster to recognize, hey, he's also important in this Father's Day tradition, not just my own father.
So you think maybe that's why they get thrown into Father's Day more easily than than the wives get thrown in on Mother's Day?
That's just my guess. I'm trying to pick apart and try to dissect societies, cultural norms, which I'm not sure if that's even the case. But if I'm trying to figure out point blank like this, your question, I think it has to do something with society. Like, all right, so head of the household, he's the man, he's the father of our house. So that's why the wife might be, okay, it makes sense. We should also recognize him Father's Day. And for the husband, it sucks. Yeah, it sucks for the wife. Like he's always going to consider his mother as the main person who's supposed to be focused on for Mother's Day. And the wife is secondary, I guess, which is not the right answer, but I'm just trying to give you some thoughts of why that could be. Yeah.
I think there's some other thoughts on that. Like, if your mom then passes away, like, then you're like, oh,
I'm free.
The day's free. I'm free. Right?
I don't do nothing no
then
more.
it doesn't even compute to me.
I know.
Right? Like,
No.
I'm just saying, everyone's situation is completely different. I think there's a lot of pain around Mother's Day and Father's Day, and it's really sad that that is the case. But here's another pain point. Another pain point is a lot of husbands are like, okay, fine, if this Mother's Day is about you, and I'm celebrating you, then it's about you being with the kids all day long. So they're like, there's no break. So then there's those memes and those jokes where they're like, well, I'm leaving at 7 a.m. on Father's Day. He said Mother's Day is all about being with the kids. So I'm going to leave him with the kids all day on Father's Day.
Oh.
What do you think about that one?
I love our kids. So
I know.
I love spending time every second
do.
I can. So that sounds like heaven for
And
me.
I do
okay,
too.
cool. Awesome. So, but I know
But a lot of
friends
and a lot of relations are not like that. And so
yeah.
I don't know, but they've said to their wives, well, then why do I need to give you a break? Why do you get to go leave for several and I have to watch the kids? Or like, that's all you want on Mother's Day. Because look, we need to talk about that one too, because a lot of men are super stressed that that it's like such a big deal, and there's like such a performative attitude around the Mother's Day, or you're gonna get reamed or in trouble, all this stuff. But seriously, like, to make something special, how would you say, like, why is there so much pressure, and how do you just relieve that pressure? Like, it really is not a big deal. We're making it a big deal.
No, I think I think, what are the stats on that? I think people travel more on Mother's Day for Mother's Day than any other holiday on the calendar. I think more calls are made. I think I forget, like, the shipping, more shipping during Mother's Day than Christmas. I don't know, it's wild. I feel like that is just hints how important that day is. It's so commercialized. It's so like blasted on every store you go to, grocery store, Costco. It's Mother's Day everywhere. So you constantly shoved in your face, Mother's Day. You better not mess this up.
You better not mess this up.
This is a huge deal. I mean, like for churches, like some of the missionaries can only call back on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And Christmas or whatever that was. Like, that's so important. It's treated, I think, I forget the list of things as far as how important Mother's Day is and how it's recognized, and Father's Day is like way down like in the teens.
Okay, but how do we take away then this pressure? Because I feel like this is where the love languages comes into. Like, if that mom is total like strung out and she needs that quiet time just to like read a book or go for a walk or be able to go to like whatever she doesn't get to do alone, maybe it's like that just becomes the priority of that day. Or maybe she has gifts and it's just, maybe he never buys her flowers and that's not a norm. So it's like, that's different. Maybe some women hate the flowers. They're like, that is such a waste. I would like a plant. Does that make sense? Like, so I think a huge part of it is the women definitely, well, first of all, I mean, the conversation in the relationship has to be like, I am involved in this holiday, not just your mom, right?
Yeah,
You have
yeah.
to first get there.
Yes.
Then getting to the point of like, look, this
Help
doesn't
them understand.
this does
There's
not
two people
have to
involved
be a big pressure thing. Like, I just want A. That's it. Like, it doesn't have to be a big stress and a big deal if she's the flowers, if she's a plant, if she's a gift, if she's just alone time. Or if she's like, I just want to spend quality time. I just want you present. Maybe it's a husband who's like on his phone all the time or not around. She's like, I just want you to be present and like hang out with me and the kids.
I think you're talking through a lens that's very personal to you and what you like.
I'm not. I just said like the wife needs to speak through her lens of like what is important to her and be very clear with her partner of like, just this one thing is important to me.
But the words you were saying is like, just chill. It's not that big of a deal, or just want to spend some alone time with you. I know for a fact a lot of my buddies and their wives, they want the big shebang. They want like the whole roll out the red carpet. I want to feel like a queen. Yeah. I want all of this. And if you don't do that, you fail. Okay. You're in the doghouse. So
you're telling me you have an easy wife?
I have a good wife. I got lucky with that. Wife? Yes, I do. I do. Okay. So, but I'm saying like, so when those expectations are out there.
Well, just so you know, I'm coming from like, I've talked to a lot of wives with this Mother's Day, and it's like they really just want the simple thing. They're just the kids who don't do even a phone call.
Yeah.
They're not even like, they just want these simple things, and they're not even getting the simple
Which
things.
I think the simple things aren't happening because it was such a grandiose idea that they couldn't fulfill it, so they just don't do it at all. So now these wives are saying, okay, well, just something makes me feel special, anything, because now the husband's like, I can't do all that. I feel like I'm gonna get blasted if I try anything, so let me not do anything at all, and that's safer than messing up your.
And I'd rather just be in trouble and just skip this whole day, or let's ignore it,
or let's just call it truce. I won't do anything on Mother's Day. You don't do anything for Father's Day, and we're all good. Whew, that's a lot less stress than trying to outdo last year, the year before, or your buddy's wife's expectations, or her whole
But really, what do you feel like? But really, what do you feel like the norm is?
That's like, one of your children that made you a mother.
Yes. Maybe we should celebrate her. No. Okay, but what do you feel like the norm is? Because I feel like I don't know many that are like big carpet, huge event, make this huge. I don't know many. I feel like
whether it's being done or spoken, I feel like the feeling.
That's the expectation.
Expectation is still there, whether it's unspoken of. As far as like,
so again, let's go back to the wife being very, very clear. Like, it just needs to be. It can be just something simple. I don't need the red carpet. I don't need it. I don't need it to be.
This is one of the children right here. She comes home loud. It's live. Yeah, hi. Oh, what's up? Oh, Michael Jackson. Okay. She just saw Michael Jackson, and so she's loving all these dance moves. Okay, love you.
Bye.
Little break,
intermission.
Mm-hmm. What are we
Free
talking
entertainment right there. Okay, so if they were very, very clear that my expectation is not the red carpet, it's not the huge thing, it's not. You don't have to make dinner from scratch, or like get me flour and get me the gift and get me all this stuff. Like,
that's so it goes. I mean, I think a lot of these things we do, a lot of conversations, we just go back to communication.
Yeah,
you just gotta say it, man. You just gotta say like, hey, I would love it if you did this.
I would love it if you did this.
But that doesn't happen a lot. A lot of times these ladies be like, you don't have to do anything. You're not doing anything. Sure, don't do anything if you don't want. And then we're left here trying to figure out, like, dude, what did that mean?
Okay, well, you can't be fake. You can't do that. Okay, you need to say exactly what you want, and you need to honor that.
How rare is that? How rare is? I'm telling you, that's very rare.
Oh, come on.
I was raised like that. My friends were raised like that. All the movies and TV shows always show like the wife would be like, oh no, go ahead and hang out with your friends. I don't care. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. She says you don't care. And then you come back and you're like...
I think that's way less toxic women out there than that. Okay.
You're getting blasted. So I'm saying, like, even communicating, I mean, yeah, you got to be genuine. You got to trust that your wife...
But what you're saying is that what she's saying is really what she wants. Yeah.
And good luck finding that. I feel like you do that. I'm very lucky with you.
Agree.
You do that with me a lot, which I'm so appreciative that you're just straight up. The day you told me that, hey... I would really like to have a vacuum for Mother's Day. I'm like, no, I know this. I ain't falling for this. I've seen it on the TV. I've seen it on the movie shows. No, I ain't doing. Nope. what's the real thing you want? Like, no, I really want that. Or you're like, I want this dish, you know, or something cleaning. And I was like, hey,
I know. It seems lame.
You're
I
trying
know.
to catch, you're trying to throw me in a trap. You're laying these little traps for me. And I'm like, I ain't falling for it. And it took me years to realize you really meant what you said. And it was a relief when I finally figured out that you weren't playing games, that you weren't spinning a web to catch me in, that I was going to get stuck in, that you actually were genuinely being authentic when you're talking to me and asking for stuff. So I think that's a whole nother layer. Sure. You say you need to communicate, or as a wife, you should be saying what you want. But then the husband's gonna still be second guessing, like, does she really know?
I guess.
I guess
really? That's the relationship between the two people, right?
She's trying to catch me. And then I'll be in the doghouse for a week. Yeah, we're scared, man. I ain't trying to get blasted.
So it's trusting. It's just
Trust.
You have to seriously have that relationship and that energy between you two. Like you really know each other, right?
Yeah.
Then the love languages, the clear communication, and it's like
there's a lot of work to it.
And what if she was the wife that was like, dude, I want the red carpet.
Find you another wife. I can't handle that. I can't. That's why I married you. You're like this chill. Yeah, you were like really just down to earth. I can't handle the high maintenance one. High maintenance. Good luck to you, whoever's out there taking care of that woman.
Don't judge it. There's no judging.
No.
There's no judging. Maybe from this one, ignore him.
You're a hero.
Ignore him.
You're a hero. I don't know. So going back to your question again, like why aren't the husbands doing this?
Why is it so hard for them?
But I don't understand why the wives are so angry about it. Why are they calling each other and saying, "My husband don't love me enough"?
It's just all over social media. Oh no,
he don't be good to me.
It's just all over social media too.
All right, I don't know. Like, is it that big of a deal? Can you just be like, "Well, he didn't do anything this Mother's Day."
Okay, let's be honest. Okay, let's be honest. If they don't do something like 1 month, usually that's the norm, and so it never happens.
All right.
And so when you're like 2 decades or a decade into marriage, and you're like, okay, are you figuring this out yet? That Mother's Day is about your wife, that you made a mother and your mom, like. And
she's not communicating or saying anything every single year, saying like, I really would like you.
Maybe she is.
Take care of me on Mother's Day.
Maybe she isn't.
Well, then that's...
I really do think it really is going to go back to communication, because sometimes, like, birthdays are a really, really big deal to some people, and sometimes they're not. And so that's another thing that's... So maybe if Mother's Day is a really big deal for her, then she needs to be able to say that. And she probably should have said it from the very, very beginning. This is true.
In year one.
And having these conversations of, like, here's the expectations, here's who I am, here's what I like, and it doesn't have to be that big of a stress.
Well, I'll tell you, as a husband, I would be like, if you didn't do anything Mother's Day, Father's Day, I'll just be just fine. I'd be like, that's all good. I guess there's 364 other days out the year. Like, because we didn't do Father's Day, is not going to make me sit in bed and be like,
okay, that's a whole nother thing. And that's a whole nother thing that you're like, why is this just one day that's being put on one day? And that's I think a whole nother conversation of like, is there thought and care and love in the relationship all throughout the year?
Yes.
Or why do we need to have this big day that's like, show it, and
then the rest of the year,
you're
eating garbage.
Exactly.
No.
So that's a whole nother conversation, probably. That's
which I think goes back into the importance. These ladies are so upset because they're hoping. Maybe the whole year they're not getting that love and attention, that care. Maybe. So they're hoping this one day is the day.
You better roll out the big carpet.
And it doesn't come. They're like, oh man.
Yeah.
Who'd I marry?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who you married. That's your decision.
But you picked it.
You picked it.
Okay. So, but I think the problem was like realizing all these issues and pain and everything around these two holidays, realizing that it really is going back to a lot of it is this programming with the men of like, it really is only about their moms. I think that's kind of like that needs to be addressed first and foremost, like figuring that part out first.
So let's talk about the programming. I'm trying to think of all the times I've seen commercials, I've seen, advertisements. It usually is for this Mother's Day, get your mother this, that. I think rarely I've ever seen for this Mother's Day, get your wife. Get your wife, the mother of your children.
Wife? There's things that say wife.
I don't know if I remember stuff. I'm just trying to pull from my recent memory. This Mother's Day, honor your mother by getting, like it's all mother. Get your mother, get your mother. I don't think I've seen much like, for this Mother's Day, your beautiful wife deserves, a vacuum.
We're going to have to do more research on this one and come back.
You think so? You think so? You've seen a bunch on the Netflix or
I
Hulu?
swear it's going to be around like getting your wife this and your wife that. And
I don't know. I think most of the stuff. I would love to see. Actually, I should have done when I went to Costco and bought the flowers and stuff for you and Mom. I probably should have asked, "Hey, who's that for? Is that for your mom, or is that for your wife?"
Let's do a poll at Costco.
Who's that for?
Let's do a poll at Costco.
I'll just stand there
Who's
with
this for, mother or wife? Who's this for, mother or wife?
Excuse me, I'm the official Costco flower person. Before you purchase this and pick it up, who is this for? Your girlfriend. And you're married? No. Your side piece? That would be interesting.
That would be so interesting.
To get a tally.
That'd be so. You may see us at Costco. Yeah. You may see us at Costco in the uniform.
In a white coat, white coat, lab coat. I got some goggles on. Who are you buying this for? We'll keep stats. Maybe next year.
Trying to pull a stat here.
Yeah, maybe we review this and say, what is every guy buying? Is it for mom or is it for wife? Or both?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I just wonder where it comes from, where they have well, just so you know, it's like then my 19-year-old, this Mother's Day, I was like, just so you know, when you are married, Mother's Day is first towards your wife, not me.
You're teaching him already.
Like, I'm teaching him already because I don't want to be, that's what I was thinking. Maybe the generation above us, the mothers there, I don't know if they just never taught you guys. Like, was it really, I don't know. I'm wondering if it's a generational thing in that generation above us that we're just like.
I don't think any mother teaches their son to cherish their wife for Mother's Day. Is that something that's taught? I don't.
Well, I'm realizing if this is an issue, that I don't want our son to be part of that issue. Yeah. So I addressed it this year and I said, just so you know, here's the expectation.
Maybe you're the very first mother in history to teach your son, pre-marriage.
Whatever.
Hey, cherish your wife.
I'm just thinking, maybe it was the generation above us kind of have a play in this, kind of a part and a fault in this.
I was never taught. I told you, we got to figure it as we go. Glares from your wife, I'm also your mother. I'm like, oh yeah, you are the mother of my. Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
You want to talk about your pickleball text thread that happened on Mother's Day morning?
Yeah. So yes, we play a little bit of pickleball, but I know that my wife sleeps in for hours upon hours, so I can play it in the wee early morning, 5 a.m., 6 a.m.
5 a.m. Yeah.
So we're like, hey, we can play pickleball before the wives get up. And so we put it out there, hey, let's play some pickleball. And one of the guys replied back it's Mother's Day. I'm not trying to die on Mother's Day, so I'm going to be home cooking with my apron on, taking care of my wife. And me and Marcus were like, oh, of course. We're not, gonna ignore our wives on Mother's Day. Just kidding. And then another guy was like, I'm pretty sure my wife is not my mom, so I don't even have to worry about her on Mother's Day. And I was like, dang. Well, good luck to you.
See?
Because me and Marcus are always sarcastic, and of course we're gonna take care of our wives.
Programming is out there.
I already knew I was gonna take care of you and do meals and clean up and all the gifts and cards. But I knew you wouldn't be awake. But he was joking too. But I know there's multiple guys on there what's with these wives always trying to butt in front of my mother on Mother's Day?
On Mother's Day.
Yeah, it's for my mother. Last I checked, she ain't my mother. I don't know.
Okay, so dude, all I would say to those guys right there that have that programming, then it is your responsibility to get the kids involved and teach them how to take care of and how to cherish, and maybe just write a card, whatever it is. Take charge, take lead, be the one with the mental thought and the processing here, and teach the kids how to celebrate their mom on Mother's Day.
I'm going to say this though.
What?
I don't think that's enough for a lot of ladies. Even if the kids are doing it, I think the wives will still be looking at the husband
but that just has to be said. That just has to be said in the relationship. You're not going to... He just needs to come to the wife and be like, you're not going to unprogram me from this. Mother's Day is only for my mother.
Sure, if he wants to hold that stance.
Okay, great.
Good luck to you.
So she's not expecting that, but what we just established at the very beginning, coming back to this, is it's still his responsibility on that day to teach his kids how to celebrate their mother on Mother's Day.
Yeah,
exactly.
In
what
my
he's
mind,
doing.
that sounds wonderful. That sounds awesome. He's teaching his
You think-
kids, and in my mind, I'm seeing the wife be like, "Oh, my kids took care of me. I'm so grateful. I love my children. I love being a mother." But something in the back of my mind.
If that was told to her, though, if that was told to her, and it's like, look, this is just how it's going to be between us. This is how we're going to do.
But yeah,
these two holidays.
Back to communication.
If there's back to communication. If there's just going to be this agreement and this is how we're going to do it, then there's no hard feelings.
Yeah, but sure. But I also think,
and then she's going to back off on Father's Day and stop celebrating you on Father's Day. She's going to then have the kids do write you a card.
Yeah, but in my like intensive research on women and mothers and wives of my 45 years, it's something in the back of my mind that says she ain't gonna be happy if you aren't doing it. You know, sure, you got the kids doing it, but she's still gonna want that husband to be like, give me all the love you have, which is fine to ask, but just communicate that. I'm saying, even if the children take over, if you're teaching the children, doing a great job.
So she needs to say, well, just so you know, I'm not going to be happy with that.
Yeah, say that, you know. Or that's where you're coming from. We'll rest our marriage. I'm not going to like it.
I'm not going to like it.
Every Mother's Day.
And I'm not going to be happy with that.
And then the husband can be like, dang, all right, that means that much to her. Okay, I can make her a big, make a priority.
So again, it goes back to like what really is a big deal. For some people, is it their birthday? Is it the Mother's Day? Is it the holiday? Like, what is it, right? And just communicating that. And so what then is communicated is, look, this one really is a big deal for me. Mm-hmm. And he needs to realize that, right? And just be like, look, then I'll just do it.
Yeah. But
why not?
I think the first stage is I'll just do it because it's really important to her. And then the second stage is like, I love the way she feels when I do this. And that should give you some kind of happiness, some kind of like joy, some kind of good human being excitement. Like, okay, she likes this a lot. Oh, I'll keep doing this. And then the third stage is that I love doing this because of how it makes her feel. Is what I feel is the way that I should go.
And that goes into the next conversation of like, then that's just like the thought and care that's put out like on a daily basis, all the time.
Yeah.
Like that thought and care feels there all throughout the year. And I think that's why Mother's Day is not like, it's not a big deal for me. Like, I don't make it the big deal or red carpet or all that stuff because you are so good with the thought and care all the time. It's not like I need a huge day to just get it all at once.
Yeah.
Out of 365 days.
So guys, maybe it's easier to love your wife and care about her every day, just something, versus trying to tackle the dragon that is Mother's Day when it comes around. That thing is daunting. Much easier to be just about it every single day and it's really chill, yeah. But I also think it's easier said than done. It's easier for a husband to be like, yeah, okay, I just love on my wife every day, take care of her, be really kind, considerate. It's easier to say that than do it because you also need some reciprocation from your wife. If you're not like showing me love and consideration and care every day back.
Yeah, of course.
It's a one-way street.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I ain't doing this.
I
keep on taking care and she just keeps throwing it back in my face.
The thought and care has to go
both ways. That's the only way it works. And if both people are doing it, I think it's super easy to do that every single day. And live like this is normal life for us.
And this is normal life, yeah.
To take care of each other every day because I feel it from you every day and I love to take care of you every day as well.
Although then there is this other bullet point. And this is why I like birthdays and like holidays because we need more reasons to celebrate. This is what I'm like, we need more reasons to just be able to celebrate and have like
enjoy
less
life.
Heavy of life. Yeah, enjoy life and like less heavy and have a reason to And this is why we do birthday week. So that's the next that would be a next discussion. Table that one.
Save that for birthday week. Next video.
But
I agree with that.
I think there is fun reasons just to be able to like, let's say he's very consistent in getting me flowers all throughout the year for no reason. But let's say you never did, okay? Like, why not have that one day? Like, this is an excuse and a reason to get flowers. Like, that's fun. That's fun to have just flowers that's not normal all throughout the year.
Yeah, but
just celebrate and have something different.
What if I'm not a flower guy? And the guy's like, if I do this, it's going to set a precedence and you're going to want it more. And I don't like doing this flower. I feel like that's probably the guy's...
What do you mean a flower guy? What do you have to go do except go to Costco?
Well, I'm saying maybe
that's
they
nothing.
don't... Yeah, but they ain't doing it right now. So why are they whatever reason they're not doing it
okay,
every week,
then that's
every
why I'm
month.
putting into this point. If it's not happening, whatever's not happening on like a consistent or like normal basis, then this is the day and the reason to do that, right? Mm-hmm. She might not like flowers either. There really are some that don't like the flowers. And that needs to be communicated. But what I'm saying is it's a day to just do something different.
Yeah. But I guess so.
It's a day to celebrate and be able to have the reason and the excuse to...
As long as they...
write a note, to write a card, to write your thoughts down.
But I think the guy is always going to be like, wait. I don't want her to think this is something I got to do every week, every month now. So I think that's also something that's making them pause.
$20, $20 a year just on Mother's Day for a bouquet of flowers.
No, I know that's not the issue. I'm talking about. And now look at it. She loves it so much. Now I got to do this again. She probably wants it next week.
Year. No, next year
next
for
month.
Mother's Day. Next year for Mother's Day.
No, but I think that's what his mind is doing.
If that's
I don't even want to start that. I don't even want her to start liking this because something I got to do
then
all the time.
Then don't be married. Don't have a relationship.
Well, that can't be the answer to all these questions we're going to start asking from here on out. Well, just don't get married.
Well, it really might be the answer to a lot of it.
Well, no, I think...
Because if you're not willing, if you're like, no, I don't want to do that because I don't want to start. Oh, no, I don't want to do that because I don't want to start. Oh, no, I don't
that.
I will never make dinner. I will never do the dishes. I will never buy flowers. I will never do it because you don't want to start it.
I say that because I know multiple guys who have said that. Like, I ain't going to start doing that because she's going to start being like, I want this all the time. Like, I ain't doing it all the time either. So don't give her a taste of something that you're not willing to do is what their thought process is. And I don't know the success of their marriages.
Okay,
but
let's address that programming right there then.
But that's part of the whole Mother's Day thing. Why am I going to do this? And then she's going to like it. And then I got to keep on doing it. And I don't want to keep doing it. And that's what they do. So like,
what is wrong with you? I'd be asking, what is wrong with you? Like,
I don't know.
Why is that such a big deal? Like, why? That is just sad. All I'm saying is it's sad. That's a really, really sad mindset because... all you'd have to do is be like, look, what is it? Like, it goes back to the communication. Let's discuss, like, what's priority for you? Let's list it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, what really, if she's a flower person, it's like, okay, why can't you get flowers once a month? If she's the flower person. Like, if she's ranking that as number one and communicating with you, I really do like fresh flowers in the house. Like, what's wrong with doing that once a month?
I just told you, you're setting a precedence that he doesn't want to continue. So I think...
But why can't he just continue that one, is what I'm saying. Now, he doesn't have to continue the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like...
just the once a year thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm like...
Once a year?
So, again, it goes back to communication of, like, why make it the big deal? Like, why are you going to sit here and say, I'm not going to start because it's going to be way too much? Well, yeah, it would be if you had, like, 20 things that she likes, but let's rank them and be like, okay... we'll do this for Mother, or this for birthdays, or I'll do this one consistently once a month because she really, really likes this one.
So putting on my friend's hat, the guys who I know that have this feeling. You don't like those guys. I won't say their names.
What is wrong with you?
No, so this is how they feel. They feel they get up every morning, go to work, don't have a crummy lunch. They come back from work super tired. They still got more work to do. And that's day in, day out. Yeah. Weekends are like that, are the breaks. And then to throw on some take care of my wife stuff, they're just like, oh my gosh, there's enough that I'm already working my butt off and sacrificing every single day. That's I'm slaying the dragon every day. Okay. And that's enough. Like, why do I have to go also pick up a flower while I'm half burnt, half dead from this dragon that I just killed for the family to survive? But also give me some flowers on the way home. With my hand that's all deformed from the burns.
Let me address him then. This is
him.
Let me address him then.
What you want?
Okay. Look, I know you're tired and burnt from slaying your dragon.
Yeah. That's what I do for the family.
I have also slain the dragon all day today as well. Burned, tired, whatever. Here's the problem.
Dragon was bigger.
So if the thought and care... Okay. We're not competition bigger.
That's what they're going to say. It is a competition. My dragon is bigger. No, because the wife is always going to be like, well, my day is busy too. My stuff is hard.
But here's the point.
The husband's going to be like,
but it really is. Both are busy. Both are exhausted. But here's the problem. If you drop thought and care on both sides, is that relationship going to last?
We've talked about that. It falls apart. You're only there for the kids now.
Now you're only there for the kids.
And this thing is dead.
Because we started this. And really, and then we don't even have to be there for the kids. Like, that's why you get divorced. But then they move on to,
or when the kids graduate, that's a whole
table
other thing.
That's another
We'll talk about
conversation.
that.
That's another conversation over there. But that's the problem. Like, he might say he's exhausted and all day long and I'm burned and I'm half dead. If he knew the one thing, because... Okay, and this is going to be a table discussion too, because then we're going to go into
Can I just pause real quick?
sex relationships between.
I just want to make
because
sure
of
we're
the thought and
recording.
care.
Okay, we're still good.
We're still good.
Because I've been a lot of work just gone down the drain.
Yeah, we're reading this one. Okay, so now because that's going to be also a table discussion. Because here's the thing: now the thought and care both are exhausted. There's nothing going in or out either way
in the relationship.
Okay, so so that's the thing. Then it leads to way other layers.
Yes. So I guess we're saying you talk about Mother's Day, but there's so many other pieces going on to this and why she's frustrated and why he's not doing it. Because maybe it goes back to this. They aren't building this relationship, and all of a sudden she wants the love,
a big thing on Mother's Day.
The love and the doting and the appreciation that hasn't been nurtured all year long. And one day fake it that you all of a sudden like, yay, I love you so much, you're amazing to me. Like, that's not authentic. That's not real. And the husband's like, what are you doing? Why do you want this stuff? We don't do this all year long.
That might be
now
the case.
You want me to do it just because you want to brag to your friends that you got flowers? You want to brag to your friends you got a car?
Maybe it's basically like prove to me that we still have a relationship, we're still married, and we're okay.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
That really could be some relationships.
So maybe that's also another factor to this whole Mother's Day thing. Like, the wife is all of a sudden, like, I think the people who are calling that stuff are stuck in the situation.
Because head backwards guy, I'm like, look, if you don't want to start anything with thought and care towards this direction.
Why did you marry me?
Why are you married? That I really would ask that.
Because my mom and dad told me to get married. I was supposed to do in this civilization.
I mean, it's a genuine question.
I don't know what they say.
Like, if that's really hard and you're exhausted, then you really probably should go live and work for yourself. It'd be much easier. But now you've made children. So...
That's a whole other thing. People don't think about that.
Now those children...
I don't like being this guy. This guy's negative. Let me be back to my normal self.
Yeah, that's good. Thanks. Nice to see you.
Hi, nice to be back.
Oh, nice to be back. Well, all right. Well, there's a lot of bullet points there, a lot of thoughts. You might see it's at Costco doing some surveys, some tallies, and then we've tabled a lot of these other things that can totally come up.
So we had a bunch of reasons possibly, but I think what's our solution? You asked me the question. I think my answer for that.
Okay, go. Yeah, what's yours?
Communication. Communicate that stuff. If you want that as a wife, let me know.
Yeah.
Awesome. I can go from there. Let me know.
And what is the big deal? Like, I'll just tell you, like, the one thing.
Yeah, and I'll be like, hey, I don't feel it's, and I communicate my side. Like, my mom is for Mother's Day, and you.
If you really are holding on to that programming, right?
If you're like, all right, that's why it's hard for me to consider how important this is for you, because it's taken away from my mother, which is my,
Then I would communicate, okay, then is it your responsibility to help teach the kids to celebrate their mother?
Go. Like, oh, yeah. And then that would be a light bulb.
Ding!
That makes sense. Okay, I'll do that. And look, we've taught our kids from day one to be excited about Mother's Day, take care of you, write cards, give you gifts. And our son, did he do anything this Mother's Day after 19 years? Still forgot. All right, so you can teach him all you want.
He claims his dad's memory and brain.
You can teach him all you want.
He claims his dad's memory and brain.
When they're done, like, it's still, when they're out of the house, it's on them, right? So whether you teaching him to take care of his wife.
He said he's buying me a drink today.
Buying me a drink. Okay, that's good. After we reminded him, because he was like, you knew he was coming over for Mother's Day, but you forgot.
Well,
he forgot to do gifts.
Forget. Okay, he didn't forget. He called me and he said, I don't want to come over and show my face because I'm really, really embarrassed.
That's a good boy.
He said, because he was at work all day. So he was at work from 10 to like 7. So he's coming over for the dinner and for stuff. But he's like, I don't want to show my face because I'm embarrassed. I don't have anything. I didn't have time, right? He just got off work and he's like, okay, then that could have been done before.
Yeah, pretty sure you don't just get one day to prepare for Mother's Day.
Let's skip that fact right
there.
Yeah. So I told him, no, you come over anyway. Yeah. I'm not that mean mom that is going to, kick you out of the house or disown you or tell you you're terrible.
Yeah, we know those people.
So we're not going to do that. So I said, no, you're going to come over for dinner. And so he said to give me a drink today. Just so you know, he said he was embarrassed to show his face.
All right, good boy. Because I was giving him a hard time. I'm like, yo, where'd you get your mom? He's like, not a good face. Not a good face to make. That means you got nothing.
So what's your main bullet points? Communication.
Communication. I think that's just go back to communication. Please tell me what you want, and I'll tell you whether I want to do it or not. And let's go from there.
And just find what is our norm.
Yeah,
what is our norm?
Yeah, but also don't be calling other ladies. And I feel like that's intuitively you're already comparing yourself to other wives. I didn't get this, I didn't get this.
Oh, that is a big deal.
By the way, what did you get?
That is a big deal.
I knew it. That's my life
deal.
sucks. My life sucks.
Yes.
Like,
that
dude,
table side.
Who cares
that
about
over
that?
Over
Just
there. That
focus
is
on your own marriage.
That is a whole
Why are you
nother
calling
discussion.
up and spreading your life business? Like,
that's a whole
I
nother
didn't get nothing. I'm like, man, talk to him with your husband. Why are you're not accomplishing anything by calling your friend.
They do compare.
What are you accomplishing here at your house, in your household, by calling your friend and complaining?
Or comparing yourself to
even
else.
worse, comparing. I'm just like, dude, you that upset, talk to your husband. Stick it out. It's worth the effort and the work.
To sit down.
To muscle through that communication.
And muscle through the communication.
You'll get better results there than calling your friend up and be like, he did it again. He didn't show me any love on Mother's Day.
And what do you say to the moms that are just like, look, I'd really like a break for the day to be able to go shopping or just go do what I want for that day because I'm really strung out and it's just all the time 24/7. They're in that really hard season of really tiny kids. What do you say to those dads that are like, no, you got to be here for Mother's Day?
No, I'm like, dads,
you're the mom.
Suck it up, dude. Be a good dad. Like, I'm tired of these lame dads walking around having children and don't want to do anything, don't want to take time to spend time with their kids. You had a kid, stick with it. Be a man, man up, love your kids, spend time with them.
And if she needs for that season in her life for Mother's Day to be about a break.
Be excited by spending time with your kids. That's not a chore. That is not a chore. That's a blessing.
Good advice.
Yes. Don't be a lame dad. That's number one. I don't know. There's a lot of number ones. Yeah.
I think that's a good ending.
Okay.
Good job.
Love you.